Hey guys, today I'm trying a recipe that's new to me. I'm going to be making chocolate mousse with only 2 ingredients. Well, hopefully it'll be a chocolate mousse. I found this recipe while I was browsing on Pinterest, and it really caught my eye because the chocolate mousse looks so creamy and rich, almost like a frosting. And the description said it was the best chocolate mousse of your life with only 2 ingredients. Now when I clicked through to the recipe, I saw the 2 ingredients were chocolate and water. There's more details to this recipe, and I've actually read it through a few times because I want to make sure to follow it exactly so that I can try to get the same results as it looks like in the picture that I found on Pinterest, because I'm really curious to try this. I've made chocolate mousse with the eggs and more of a traditional French style chocolate mousse before, but I think this recipe would be really great for someone who can't have eggs but can have chocolate. And maybe if you want to make this a little bit sweeter, the recipe says you can add some chocolate or maybe some chocolate liqueur, or even maybe a coffee liqueur. Maybe that sounds really good. If you can't have eggs, this would be a great option. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. I have never tried this recipe before, so like I said, I'm going to do my best to follow the directions exactly because I really want to make this chocolate mousse. I'm excited to try it. So you want to follow along with me? Let's get started. Okay, so to get ready to make this recipe, I measured out my chocolate. Now in the recipe, it gives both ounces and grams for weighing out the bittersweet chocolate, and it recommends 70% cocoa solids in the chocolate that you use to make this chocolate mousse. And then I got out 2 bowls, one a little bit smaller than the other. The smaller one I filled with some ice, about halfway, maybe a little bit less, and then with water. And then the bigger bowl on top, and I made sure that the bigger bowl was touching the ice water on the bottom. I got my water ready, and then I can start preheating my pan on medium heat so I can start melting the chocolate. I almost forgot, I actually chopped the chocolate like the recipe said so that it melts down a little bit easier. And I got a spatula and a whisk ready so that I could just grab them when I needed them. And then I added the chocolate to the pot on medium heat and poured in the water. Now for this part, all I did was stand by. I didn't go very far because I'm always afraid of burning my chocolate, especially since I wasn't using a double boiler for this. So I just whisked everything together once the chocolate melted a little bit, and then I let it sit for a little while, whisk it together, sit for a little while, and whisk it together just to see how much the chocolate was melted. Because when there was just a few little lumps, I went ahead and took it off the heat and whisked it together completely. Now for the next stage, I poured the melted chocolate and water mixture into the bowl that was touching the ice water on the bottom. I used the spatulas to scrape the bottom of the pot, make sure I got all the chocolate in there. I want as much chocolate mousse as I can get out of this. And then begins the whisking. I started whisking by hand, and I started to see it thicken just a little bit as time went on. And then I was whisking and whisking and whisking some more. It was thickening a little bit, and I thought, well, why not work a little bit more efficient? So I got out my electric whisker to make things move faster. I could see things thicken up faster once I started using the electric whisk. I wasn't careful, I kind of made a mess. I could see the point where things really started to thicken and the chocolate mousse was almost done. And actually, I probably over-whisked this a little bit, but the texture wasn't grainy, so next time I'm going to whisk it just a little bit less and see if it's even softer and even more spreadable. So there you have it. Chocolate mousse with only 2 ingredients, just chocolate and water. This is really cool because if you can't have eggs, you can have a chocolate mousse and it comes together fairly quickly. It took me longer than 5 minutes, but I'm slower in the kitchen than most. They turned out great. I really love the texture, how fluffy and creamy it is. I didn't add any sugar. Even though I have a sweet tooth, I really like dark chocolate and flavor without any sugar, so I really enjoy it just as it is. Taylor said that she wishes there was a little sugar in here to sweeten it up a bit, but I did catch her eating one of these on the couch, and on a scale from 1 to 10, she said she gives us a 12. I like it. I would make it again. She would love to have it again. In fact, maybe she can make it for us sometime. This could become one of our regular recipes we like to try. And I'm also wondering if this would be a good frosting on a cake. maybe that will be something that I try. If that's something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. Or if you have any questions, feel free to ask and I'd be happy to help you find the answer. So if you like this video, go ahead and like it, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Is that chocolate on my face? I wouldn't be surprised. Look at the mess I made. All over the coffee machine and the wall. Well, it's real life. It's kind of a mess.